Just start by lifting and rolling the shoulders, opening the gateways of energy. Breathing in, turn the head to the left. Come to the center, and then breathing out, turn the head to the right. And come back to the center. Raise the right arm, stretch up. Take an in and an out breath. And then lower the right arm. And then raise the left arm. Stretch up. Take an in and an out breath. And when you're ready, lower the left arm. Lift and roll the shoulders back again. Circle the arms up. Stretch the fingers. Palms together. Come back down through the heart. Press the palms together and release. Lift and roll shoulders. And again, bring the palms together at the heart center. Circle the arms up. Stretch. Palms together and come back down through the heart center. Press the palms together and release. Lift and roll the shoulders. So as an alternative to swaying from side to side and mindful of dizziness, step with your feet hip width apart. Bring the palms together. And like a star, stretch out, lift one heel. I'm lifting my left heel and I'm looking to my right hand. And then bring the palms back together. And then open the palms out, lifting the right heel and looking to the left hand. Coming back together. And once more either side in your own timing. It's a much slower side to side. And then coming back to the center. And release the hands. Lift and roll the shoulders. Hands up, circle up, clasp and reverse the palms upwards. To one side, lateral. Come to the center. And then lateral to the other side. And then turn a little bit to one side. Come to the center. And turn a little bit to the other side. And come to the center. And then lower the hands to the waist. And turn the head to the left. In and out. Breath. Come to the center and turn the head to the right. In and out breath. Come to the center and release the hands. Lift and roll the shoulders. Clasp the hands behind the back. Knuckles to the floor, opening up at the shoulder level. Turn to the left. Come to the center, and then turn to the right, and come to the center, and release the hands. Lift and roll the shoulders. Raise the right hand and circle the wrists. So I'm looking at brain neural pathway communication here, and then turning hands the other way. Stretching the fingers out and lowering the right hand. Lift and roll the shoulders. And then raise the left hand and circle in one direction, and then circle in the other direction, and then lower the hands. Lift and roll the shoulders. And then bring the hands together at the heart center. Come to lying on the ground. I just need to check in. Is it warm enough in terms of...
Yeah, it's fine.
It's all right, is it?
Yes, thank you. You're not too warm.
I'm fine.
It was a little bit chilly before.
It's the studio, so it's at that point where do I have the heat on or do I have the heat off?
Yeah.
And Sue said on. So just lying on the ground. So this is taking account of back, knees bent, feet a hip width apart, and hands can either rest on the abdomen or they can rest palms down alongside you. And in consideration of the head and the back of the neck is slightly long so that the chin is not pointing up to the ceiling. And just very gently, your feet might like to be slightly wider than hip width apart. Come to sway the knees from side to side. Breathing in, the knees come to the center, and breathing out, drop the knees to one side. You're lifting that hip. Come to the center. If your knees are going to the left, your right hip might lift slightly from the ground. And then very gently, while the head is supported on the ground, and this is optional, come to turn the head to coordinate with your leg movement. So classically, you would turn your head away from the direction of the knees. But if you feel that your head wants to move in its own way, that's fine. And then just very gently come to the center. Bring your feet hip width apart if they were slightly wider, and then a couple of pelvic tilts, flattening the back to the ground. I know that this is very much focusing on the lower back and the apana lower energy. But when you move the apana energy, it's the foundational of the 5 energies. It's a foundational energy. And so if your apana is out, everything is out. So it's almost like starting, building your steps. It does have an effect on the other energies. Keeping the right leg where it is, hug the left knee into the chest. And just circle the left knee a couple of times in one direction. And circle the knee a couple of times in the other direction, that's the left knee. And still holding the left knee, hug the left knee into the chest. Still holding it, let it move away to arm's length. Just check that the back of the neck is long, and do this a few times in your own time. So again, although the obvious benefit here would be the lower back, you are looking to moving the energy all the way along the spine, and that will include all areas, including the head energy. And if you do this for a few times, it can have a tingling effect. I'm hoping that's making sense in the head. I find that it can impact my head energy as well. And then just very, very gently clasp the left thigh underneath with your hands, and just very gently raise your left leg. Again, no pushing or struggling, just up to the ceiling, and point and flex the left foot a couple of times. And then circle the ankle in one direction. And then circle the left ankle in the other direction. Hug the left knee into the chest. Enjoy that apana energy movement. And then very gently place the left foot down onto the ground. And transfer your thoughts and attention to the right side as you pick up your right knee and hug the right knee into the chest. Enjoy that apana on the right side. And then very gently circle the right knee in one direction. And circle the right knee in the other direction. And then hugging the right knee into the chest. Just follow your own breath pattern as you're hugging the right knee into the chest and releasing to arm's length. And for those of us who are right-handed, it's often the right side that can be more compromised. So it's taking a bit of a guess there that you might be right-handed, Sarah, I'm not sure, but just enjoying the hugging in and out. The energy goes and blood goes all the way along the spine up to the top of the head. And here you're giving the system plenty of opportunity to start to relax and to connect to the calming of the nervous system. Even though you're lying on your back and you're upside down, so to speak, it's still an upside down forward bend. I know that's weird, but anything to do with forward bending is calming to the nervous system. And then just drop the hands to underneath your right thigh and very gently extend the right leg up to the ceiling, extending the right heel and pointing the right toes. Keep your right knee as bent as you need to. And then circle the right ankle in one direction. And then circle the right ankle in the other direction. And then hugging the right knee into the chest. And very gently place the right foot onto the ground. And just a couple of pelvic tilts, perhaps palms down alongside you, just warming the spine. And then rolling to the right, if that's available to you, so that you're rolling away from the heart and it's less of an impact, to come up to a gentle seated position. I'm going to sit cross-legged, but if you feel that you'd like to sit with your legs out in front of you, then again, please do. And just holding your knees or underneath your knees. Again, we're going to repeat that cat-cow movement sitting up. So breathing in, lengthening the spine, and breathing out, chin to chest. Breathing in, lengthening and breathing out. Chin goes to chest. So the chin to the chest movement is lengthening the back of the neck and activating the vagus nerve, so it's a deep inflammatory response system that you're focusing on, if that makes sense. Just carry on in your own time. The body can take quite some time if it's out of sorts to kind of respond to movement, and as I'm less is more, but it's something that's very much emphasised in some long COVID stress, ME, burnout, chronic fatigue syndrome training that I'm going to be doing, and I've just started the basics of that. And then just coming up to the sitting. And we move from the basic Apana energy to the next energy, or the next chakra up. Just gently circle, holding below your knees in one direction. You can circle a little bit, or you can circle a lot, again depending on how you're feeling. And then just circle in the other direction. And then just sitting up, open the arms out a little bit. We're going to hug, chin to chest. Again, you're accentuating that stretch in the back of the neck for the head. Just rock slightly from side to side. And then sitting up, breathing in, opening the arms, and hug the other arm on top, if you remember which arm it was, and just very gently go from side to side. And then sitting up, just touch your hands lightly to the floor, slide the left hand or fingers out to the left, raise the right arm, bend at the right elbow, chin to chest, and just come over to the left. Tummy in. Tummy in as you press your left hand down and come upright. And then just slide your fingers to the right. Tummy in as you raise your left elbow, chin into the chest. Again, allowing energy to come to the head. Just go over to the right. Press the right fingers down to allow you to sit upwards. And then bring your left hand to the outside of the right thigh, right hand behind you. Lightly press the fingers or the hand down, the right hand down, lengthen the body. And as you turn to the right, the head is the last thing to turn. Press the hand down, lengthen the body, and breathing out, the head is the last thing to turn. So this is working at the next level up at the navel level, and it's a samana energy of the 5 energies. And then very gently come back to the center. Hands either on the knees or just below, and just slightly come forward, lengthening from the base of the spine. It's a nod to compensating that forward bend, that twist, and then coming up. And then very gently take the right hand to the outside, or to the left knee, and left hand behind you. Press your fingers, your palm down, breathing in and breathing out, turning very gently to the left. Breathing in and breathing out, turn very gently to the left. Taking it in and out. And then coming back, Just again, either hold your knees or below the knees to come forward, or you might like to just slightly bring your hands forward, having a sense of lengthening in the back, but not so much that you're stressing. And then coming to sit upright and just raise the right hand, left hand behind you, looking up to the right thumb. So looking upwards like this disconnects the eyes from the stress centres of the brain, and so it becomes a mindfulness movement. Lower your right arm, your right hand, and breathing in, touch your right fingers to the ground and looking up to your left arm. And then lowering the left hand. If your mind is very busy and racing, then bringing the tips of the fingers together, it's called Hakini Mudra, and just looking at the tips of the fingers as you just lightly connect them. It's a form of focus and concentration. And it can have a calming effect on the mind. And then just release the hands away from you. And then come to rolling. We're going to come up ultimately to standing, but come via kneeling or rolling up, however that works for you. Touching the toes, perhaps as we roll up, vertebra by vertebra, to standing. And once you're up, lift and roll the shoulders. Hands together at the heart centre. Circling the hands up. Touch palms. Come through the centre. Bend the knees. Feet hip width apart. Hands onto the shins. Lengthen from the tailbone to the top of the head. Breathe out, soften the knees, soften the elbows. Breathe in, lengthening, half lift. Stay here as you breathe out. And breathing in, press feet into the ground and roll up vertebra by vertebra to standing. Raising the hands up, stretch the fingers, thumb backwards, little fingers forward. And lower the hands. Inhale, exhale, hands together at the heart centre. Circle the hands up, stretching up, palms together. Come through the heart centre. Soften the knees, elbows are bent. Come to place the hands on the shins. Breathing in, lengthen, half lift. Breathe out, soften the knees, soften the elbows. Breathe in, lengthen. Stay here as you breathe out. And breathing in, soften the knees and roll up vertebra by vertebra to standing. Hands up, stretch the fingers. And breathing out, lower the hands. And once more, hands at the heart centre. Circle the hands up, stretching up, thumbs behind, little fingers in front, then palms together. Come through the heart centre. Soften the knees, soften the elbows, hands onto the shins. Half lift. Breathe out, bend knees, bend elbows. Half lift again. Stay here as you breathe out. And then softening the knees, press the feet down and roll up vertebra by vertebra to standing. Lift and roll the shoulders. And then step the feet out in a, what do you call it, like a triangle, step wide anyway. And then hands out. Turn the left foot in and the right foot out. I've lost balance. And warrior two. Just soften the front right knee. And then left hand to the back of the left thigh. Raise the right hand up. Look at your right thumb. And then warrior two again. Lower your hands. Turn your right foot in. Left foot out. Hands up. Soften your front left knee now. Right hand goes to the back of your thigh. Left hand goes up, looking at your left thumb. Back to warrior two. And then lower your hands. Bring your feet parallel. Lift and roll the shoulders back again. And then heel toe the feet into, again, being hip width apart. And we'll do a Tibetan triangle. So raising the right hand up, the left hand really holds the left thigh, and just slide over to the left, chin in. You can look at the floor or look straight ahead. Press the feet down and come to upright. Lower the right hand. Bring up the left hand, turning the left arm to the inside, so the left inner arm faces the ear. Hold the right thigh with the right hand, and then just go over, chin in. Feel that you're between two panes of glass. Press the feet down, come back up, and lower your left arm. Step your right foot forward a little bit, and perhaps out to the right. Make a fist with your right hand, and very gently circle your right hand forwards, gazing at your thumb, your right thumb. So this becomes a shoulder and a neck exercise. It's a mindfulness exercise. You're freeing off your shoulders. And then very gently turn the direction of your circle so that your thumb is going backwards. It's an eye exercise. So we're looking up. And then come to release your hand, step your right foot back, lift and roll the shoulders, and step the left foot forward. Make a fist with your left hand, the thumb is out slightly, and then circle your left arm forwards. Your eyes are gazing and tracking your thumb movement. When you move very slowly, like this, there's minimal chance of any damage. You're really being mindful of your circle. But if for some reason you're stiff on the shoulders or the neck, you can always bend your elbow, and that will soften the circle. And then reverse the circle. You're also stretching under the arms, so it's the upper arm, so it connects into the upper lymph system. All of which is very boosting for the immune system. And then step the left foot back. And just start by lifting the heels for your balance. And then lowering the heels. Circle the arms up, connect with your thumbs, and do the same again, just lift your heels And note if it's easier, your hands high or low, and then lower your heels, and then lower the arms. Lift and roll the shoulders, and then side to side. If this is too much, then make your swaying what I call softer. Don't sway as much. So we're coming back to the 5 energies, the Apana, Samana, Prana, Vyanu, I got to 5, and Dana, that's the 5th one. And then very gently come to stillness and lift and roll shoulders. Hands to the heart. Breathing in, open the hands out. Breathing out, chin to chest, hands to heart. Breathing in, open the hands as little or as much as you want. Breathing out, chin to chest. And we carry on in your own breath pattern. It's very helpful for energy, prana going up into the head here as the back of the neck's extended. It becomes a mindfulness exercise at the heart. Opening the chest outwards like this is like the previous exercises that we did, which were warrior based, very helpful for uplifting the mood. So lifting the chest or a back bend is uplifting for the mood. Chin to chest is more anxiety, but you're still getting it into your head. And opening the arms outwards and then breathing out, chin to chest, hand to the heart. And then just release the hands down, lift and roll the shoulders. And breathing in, turn the head to the left. Breathing out, turn the head to the right. In to the left. And out to the right. In to the left. And out to the right. And come back to the centre. Just keeping the head still, raise the eyes upwards, come to the centre with your gaze and lower the eyes downwards. Come back to the centre, move the eyes to the right, come to the centre and move the eyes to the left and come to the centre. Just rub the palms together and place the palms over the closed eyes, open the eyes into the palms, and just then very gently move the palms away. And then coming to a seated position. If the mind is very busy, then another thing that might work or is only to breathe through the left side of the nostril. That is calming that side down. The right side in Chinese medicine is very connected to the liver and the gallbladder. The left side and the liver and the gallbladder, and it's the solar energy. The left side is very much more cooling. So being very almost non-yogic about it, if you just block your right nostril and only breathe in and out for a few breaths through your left nostril. And then just making it slightly more complex. Breathe in through the left nostril, block the left nostril and breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the left, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the left, and breathe out through the right. And just do a few breaths in your own time. The focus of breathing in through one nostril is a subtle distraction as well that calms the right side down. And then just very gently release both hands. And come to, for a moment or two, relax on the floor, knees bent, knees up to the ceiling. I wanted to read you a poem. You could come into Shavasana if you'd like to as well. I had this poem in the essence, and I just wanted it's a poem by Rumi. It's very famous, and it very much talks about our emotions. And it's called The Guest House. And it's very much in mindfulness under the Jon Kabat-Zinn method, about how we see things or we don't see them determines in a large measure how we respond to them. And the guest house is, this human being is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honourably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. There are quite a few numerous quotes from Rumi that I quite like. That particular poem is particularly well known. Just bring the attention to the feet and relax them, the legs and relax, the hips and relax the hips. Bring the attention to the lower abdomen, upper, up to the stomach and the chest, relax. Up to the collarbones and broaden across the collarbones, down the shoulders. Relax. The lower arms and the hands, relax them. Come back to the shoulders, consciously lift them to the ears and then consciously lift them away from the ears. Slightly lift the chest and then release the chest back to the earth. Gently turn the head from side to side and relax. bring the attention to the breath. And with each breath, have your attention focus on your thought or wish for the day. And each breath that you take, you're setting your intention. And then let the thought float away. The intention for the day has been set in the subconscious. And then choose a colour that resonates with you today to wrap yourself in your colour of choice, like an auric egg wrapping inside and out with energy that's positive and protecting for you for the day ahead. And carry that colour with you throughout the day, knowing that just positive things can come in, nothing negative. And then you can either stay there or come to move fingers and toes or hug your knees into your chest. And while you're doing that, I'll read you a thought for the day from the cards. So the first thought is body care, which is quite appropriate. The next thought is serenity. And the third thought is forgiveness. So